Hey guys, today we are going to look at this lane that I just played in a RD12 match last night and how we played a really hard lane very well and were patient and then hit our timing and were really strong. So in this lane we last picked Slardar in this game and they had an SF Viper. So this was their lane, kind of meant to dominate, right? And we had a Marci. So double melee versus double ranged, and they do a lot of damage early, and we really cannot contest them that well. So the whole timing of this lane is when I hit like level 4. Slardar has a huge power spike at 4 when he has a point in sprint, 2 points in his bash, and then a point in slithering crush, and like boots. So I started with a windlace in this lane because I just wanted to be able to kite back really fast. And I wanted some stats and like regen. I didn't want to like just go like boots first. That would have been a lot. And also this SF got first blood. So this is just a giga hard lane and you just have to play like it. So I start by cutting or by blocking all but one creep. And this is going to get the lane pushed towards me a little bit, which is really important because I immediately get zoned off the wave by Viper. I get 1 CS and then this Viper comes over and completely zones me off the wave. So I'm like already just not CSing. I call my sports come over and just like, blow the Viper out a little bit. But you can see that they have 2 range creeps now. So the lane is just automatically pushing to start, which is really good. Here, it's really important that you get the most out of what you're getting. So like, I can't get this deny because I'll just get raised. But I want XP for these 2 range creeps. So I kind of hang around, get the 2 range creeps, and then drag the melees back as far as I can, and now the creeps are outside of my tower on like the 3rd wave. This is what you want to happen. I had told my position 4 to drag if he could, but he's up against a Viper, so it's like, what are you going to do, right? A Viper is a hero that can threaten you super heavily and prevent you from doing that. And so even here, have to be really careful about CSing, but just do your best. This is like the result of a drag that my position 4 like kind of tried, sort of worked, and then he got zoned off of it. You can see how passive I'm being. And so here the lane's going to be shoving in a lot. Try and zone the Viper away, it doesn't really work. So you can see I'm not having a hot start, right? But this is how the lane is supposed to go, and it's really important that you're okay with this. I mean, I'm just like I'm 4-1 to this guy's 11-5. And in a lane like this, you just have to be okay with it. You have to recognize that this is what's supposed to happen if they're not like complete morons, and you just have to respect that they're like going to be stronger than you. And like, that's life, right? Just do your best. Don't overplay your hand here. So even there, walking up is a little risky. And here I make a mistake, and I don't die for it. But I have all these creeps in her tower, and I like choose to pressure him a little bit, which is really dumb because I'm only level 2. I don't have a lot of HP to like come back from this trade. Like my Marci's not here, and I'm just gonna miss the CS under tower. So this is like a bad attempt, and this goes to show like I could have just gotten 3 CS and not eaten like 3 raises there. And this just goes to show when you're in a weak lane before your power spike, you just shouldn't try anything. You just shouldn't. That was really bad by me. No reason to do that. I might have taken a casual like raise or something if I just focused on CSing, but I definitely would have taken 3 and I wouldn't have lost all this HP and I would have gotten more CS. So we don't even play this lane perfectly, but I think we did play it really well. So the position 4 did get a drag off finally, even though he took a bunch of damage. That was really good on him. And he secured me some more CS while I was low, which was really nice. I mean, I got 3. But like every CS matters this phase. I'm just trying to get like my boots and like some XP. So playing a little risky here, but they have to be concerned about like these creeps as well. So you can kind of like play the fringes, right? It's like, can they... If they choose to like go on you, right, they can only like, they're gonna miss creeps for it, right? So you have to make them make that choice, or you can make them make that choice. And here we choose to go. I have my boots, I have my level 4, and I could have gotten this 1 creep, but this Viper was pretty out of position, so this seemed like a free kill. And then the net outcome here is we're gonna get it, and I'm just gonna go all in, right? I can't go in and then get away from this SF. And the Marci had no rebound, so he didn't think he could get away either. So we kind of just go all in on the SF. We get a kill And we get the SF low. And I bought this bracer before I died with the gold. So you can see at this point, you know, I'm doing the worst of the cores. I'm not having a good game. My position 5 in the bottom lane, they're having a good time, I think. He's like almost the same net worth as me. And granted, their offlaner is also not having a good time, right? But this SF is like 1,500 gold ahead of me in 5 minutes, right? This is like, this is huge. But this is like my timing. I got a bracer and I have this move speed. So this is where the lane just completely flips on its head. Or the start of where the lane completely flips on its head. And it was important that we waited and had our timing. So my Marci's not here yet, so I'm just chilling. Getting my 3 bashes up. And now Marci's here. And now this SF just is going to chain feed. This is how this lane is going to go. This is the weakness of their lane, right? The strength was the first couple levels and completely being able to zone us off. And the weakness is now that if we can just get on top of them with levels, they just die. So, easy double kill, honestly. It was easy. Because their heroes just don't adapt well to like, or they just don't handle what me and Marci do once we have like our levels. And after this kill, I get all the CS I can. And then when this SF respawns, I back off the wave because I don't want to get like raised and lose all my HP. And I flew out of salve after getting this double kill. I flew out of salve. So yeah, psychicked a little bit, just getting some CS in the meantime while I'm waiting for this salve. I'm not even showing on the wave. I'm not interested in like contesting before this salve. Salve happens. I don't know where Viper is. It doesn't even matter. If Viper was here, we would do this exact same thing, and Viper cannot help him. There's nothing Viper can do to stop what we just did. And now you can just see like the Marci Slardar is insanely strong, and we just played it patiently until we hit our power spike. We even force a Lesh TP here, and I get out. He does kill the Marci, but it's like huge space for our mid. And you can see the net worths I am climbing, and I will just show you a little bit more because basically what happens is the SF's mid now. The SF's like, oh, I guess I can't go top anymore. So he leaves. You know, he realized it a little late, but he did. And this Viper comes back, and this guy has boots. I have treads, windlace, and sprint, and Viper's a slow-ass hero, so he just can't be here. Even if he was under the tower, like if I shove this in and he's under the tower, I just dive him. So like he can't be here at all. I don't think he's super high rank, and he was a stand-up for their team. So he probably just kind of isn't aware of like how this works, but he just can't come here. You know, this is basically a free lane for me now. Nobody on their team wants to come here. I get free CS. I get to take their tower. I get my items. You can see on the net worth, I just overtook the Lesh. So I'm now the second highest net worth, even though I was completely shut down and had a terrible lane for the first like 4 minutes. And this is how you need to play lanes like this. Whatever your timing is, you need to play for it and just play super passive until you hit that timing. And then switch flips, you can be super aggressive, punish them super hard, and basically just make their lives like impossible to play in the lane. So I just wanted to cover that because I think a lot of people don't do the patience thing right. You just have to know what your timings are, and you have to know if you're not strong enough to contest the lane. You just have to be okay with like recognizing you're gonna get like shafted the first like couple minutes, and like that's just life. And if you can play, if you know that, and you can like conserve your HP and not lose it for no reason, and just play within your limits, which are like very narrow, then you can still have a good game. Like I didn't chain feed to this SF Viper, right? I just didn't get any CS, but like I also didn't chain feed, right, and make the situation impossible. I got my own boots, I got my own windlace, I got my own bracer, and then at that point, that was when we were able to turn it around. So I was thinking like at this moment of the game, I was like, man, we played this lane so well. Like we just waited until our timing, we hit it, and you know, now I'm strong and it feels really good. So I want to share that with you guys. I do want to talk real quick about things this SF could have done a little bit better to make my life even harder. So the first couple waves go fine. Like I don't think there's anything he could have done like crazy better. He was just securing CS and whatnot. Here, he should take these 2 creeps right now. So if you're in a pub, you can just hold them here outside the tower, and this next wave that's coming will meet them. Here, my position 4 is trying to drag. So what he should do is he should try and take these 2 creeps and like connect them over to where these creeps are coming. Also, we didn't get the block here, so this is a mistake on their Viper. But like all their Viper needs to do here is attack the small camp once, and the small camp will bring it over, and then these creeps will aggro on the small camp, and all the Marci's done is effectively get a pull off because this camp had spawned, which would have been good for them. So this is a mistake on their 5's part. I guess he didn't... I didn't even realize this would happen. This is a huge mistake on his part. I guess he's trying to kill the Viper, but like he just shouldn't let this creep aggro shenanigans happen. He just needs to attack this small camp once, and this whole wave will aggro the small camp, and then he'll be fine. The SF should have dragged the 2 creeps over, though, because he doesn't need to like come contest like the 2 creeps I had down here, right? There's like 2 creeps or something. 3. There's 3 creeps here, and like they're gonna. I'm dragging them to meet the wave back here, right? He doesn't have to like go up and contest that if like this pull gets off, or he can, but like he can pressure the Marci. I mean, it's kind of okay. I guess it's more a mistake on the position 5 part than like the SF's part, but like now there's a big wave. I guess he can zone me off a little bit, but there's only 2 creeps here to begin with. 3 creeps to begin with for me here, so. Not too important. And then next, what happens here is like really important, I think. So here, again, he needs to keep these creeps alive as long as possible. Or he needs to take as long as possible for these creeps to die and like drag a defensive aggro them up again away from the wave. So like here, he needs to aggro these like way up here, because what's going to happen is these creeps are going to die on my side, on the Radiant side, right? And his dire creeps are going to start pushing down again. And he wants the lane to be as close to his tower as possible so that I can't walk up as a Slardar. So he doesn't defensive aggro at all. And the net result is that the lane meets all the way over here at the river, basically. And this makes it so like I'm safe, totally safe to like walk up, do some defensive aggro, whatever. And the lane would have met like, if he had done that defensive aggro on his end, the lane would have met like back here. Which just makes it a lot harder for me to like walk up. It gives more space for the Viper to come over. Makes it harder, you know, makes it easier for the SF to like zone me or chase me a little bit to be hits raises. So some defensive aggro not being utilized there to like keep the lane equilibrium back. And it's just really important that you do this whenever possible as the carry to like just really, really like make the offlaner's life hard. I think this is where I like go on him a little bit. He reacts well here by just like giving me the business. I like missed all the CS for that, so that was fine by him. And now he just has to wait, which is fine because this drag happened. There's nothing you can do about this. This pull is actually pretty... This pull is nice by him. No reason not to. Secures him some extra CS. So this is a nice pull from him. And then here, it's back to the same thing, right? The pull's over. He needs to kill these as slow as possible and ideally like drag these melees like up here just to make the next wave not meet like close to me. I drag some more of my creeps up here to like kill it faster, but if he had like dragged it way up here, it would have been like way harder for me to do that and like dangerous. And here's where he gets the double kill. And I think he needs to be like really careful here. Looks like his build he's going just treads, which I think is fine. He might even want to get a windlace. Like, I don't know if he understands what's about to happen to him, but he needs to be pretty scared at this point. He's also really low resources. And I think there's 2 ways he like could have played this differently. Is like he got these kills, right? And like if you watched my how to play like 6 tips you need to get to immortal is pause 1. This guy is immortal, so he's already there, so he doesn't need these tips. But after a kill happens around like 5-6 minutes is when you can start transitioning to the jungle. And so here, after the kills, he could have started transitioning to the jungle. And by transitioning to the jungle, I just mean like he shoves this out crazy fast, like uses his mana, and then like goes and like, you know, flies out some regen, but goes and like hits the jungle and basically doesn't show up in the lane anymore. So this would be like heads up dodging basically. It's like both. It's like he got a kill, so he's stronger than us, but also like we're about to be really strong and he doesn't really want to fight like a high level Marci Slardar, so he could just like transition to the jungle and basically get out of dodge, like having won his lane comfortably, and then like come back when it's like under the tower, or if he's got like full resources and thinks he can like tank a little bit and get some good races off. Because here he's just casually CSing and killing the wave slow at like half HP, and we're coming back to the lane with full resources. So even though he got bodied, like I don't think he recognized how much danger he would be in, and he's as squishy as his hero is so squishy, so I think he just needed to like kind of recognize that that's what was happening. And like here again, Like, he's just kind of casually laning at this point, and he needs to be, like, getting the hell out of here. Like, there's no reason that we can't do to him what we just did, even though he doesn't see the Marci. Like, if he had vision, that'd be great, but if he doesn't see the Marci, like, he just needs to assume that she's sitting right there. So at this point, it's, like, kind of over. So he really needed to take that opportunity to transition to the jungle and, like, get out of the lane and recognize that we were about to hit our power spikes with our levels and, like, coming back with full health and resources after that, after he got that double kill, which was, like, good for him, but he didn't recognize that, like, put him at, like, a moment of, like, serious weakness. So I wanted to cover a little bit from his perspective. Hopefully this is a good video for you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. And if you want to be coached by me, check the link in the video description. You can join my Discord there, and there's all the information there on how to sign up.